friends and welcome! Today I've decided to share my December wrap up with you guys, and I thought about this for my channel because I also do books on this channel, and I think I'm going to do only wrap ups, so no TBRs, the occasional book haul, but yeah, because I think TBRs and wrap ups are a bit too repetitive, at least for my taste, so I've decided to do a wrap up of each month the upcoming year. And if you're interested to see my TBR, then you can follow me on Goodreads or on Instagram. I'm a little bit behind because I recently started reading again. I think last November I've decided to pick up reading again, and I am so sad that I didn't pick it up earlier because I am missing out on so many fantastic books. I mostly read fantasy books, but I also read the occasional historical fiction or just like a light-hearted fiction read, a romance novel, something like that. That's mostly because I have a book subscription with Once Upon a Book Club box, and they are such a wonderful book box. I read their books every month. If you're interested to see those unboxings, then I will leave a link in the info cards. And then I also received the Fairy Loot box, which I am also going to try to add to my TBR and read the books that actually come in these boxes. So yeah, I have a lot of reading to do, and I've set myself a reading goal. I want to read 60 books in 2020. I've read one so far, so according to Goodreads, I'm on track, but it doesn't feel that way. I am currently reading a book called Full of Angst by Holly Banks, and that is one of the books that is included in my Once Upon a Book Club box. And then I am also planning to start reading The Grace Year, which is one of the books that I've gotten in my Fairy Loot unboxing. And yeah, for today I just thought I would share my December wrap up. So if you like these kind of videos, then don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell so you never miss another video of me again. Let's get to it. These books don't need any introduction because they are part 2 and 3 of the Harry Potter book series. I read both of them because I've decided to reread the entire Harry Potter series, but this time in English because my native language is Dutch, so I've read them in Dutch, but I never reread them in English, and I thought that would give the story a new perspective, and it actually did. I enjoyed it very much, and I even noticed like the differences between the Dutch and the English version. So some of the names are different, some of the places are different, and that's really cool. So I really enjoyed myself. I gave both books 5 stars, and I don't think you guys need any further explanation on these. The third book that I read is Skyward by Sanderson. It is a sci-fi trilogy, and this is the first in the series. The second one is out as well. The story is about Sansa, who is our main character, and she wants to become a pilot on the planet that they live on as human population. Her father was a pilot as well. He passed away, and he is branded as a traitor. She doesn't know why, but the truth will be revealed in the story, and then her whole world comes tumbling down. And because her father is a traitor, she is getting a really rough time through training. And then there's also these fights that happen with aliens, I guess. They are called Krells, and they attack the planet on a regular basis. So there's a lot of fighting in there. So piloting is a big theme. If you're not going to enjoy those parts, then this book is probably not the book for you. So for instance, here you have some of the ship designs, and I think that is wonderful that they added these in the book to make it a bit more visual. I've given this book 4 stars on Goodreads. The reason I gave it 4 stars and not 5 stars is because I thought the pacing was really slow throughout the story, and then the ending with the big plot twist is like 4 pages, and that just felt really rushed, and it left me with a lot of questions. I guess that's kind of the point, because then you really want to read the second book, but it just felt rushed to me. But as I said, I really do want to read the second book in the series, which is called Starsides. Next up is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. It is a really good young adult fantasy book. I thought it was really innovative. It is a book about the main character is called Elizabeth, and she works in a library. In this library, all the books are magical, and they also have these grimoires, and the grimoires are books that need to be guarded by wardens. So Elizabeth wants to become a warden. Then you also have sorcerers, which is kind of the other camp, and sorcerers are evil because they want to use these grimoires to get stronger, something like that. And she meets a sorcerer and she has to work with him to kind of save the world. So it's a really epic fantasy book, and I highly recommend it if you want a light fantasy read with a really good and innovative story. Shadow and Bone is another book that I read. It is by Leigh Bardugo. I've heard so many great things about this author, and I ended up giving this book 4 stars. I really liked it. It is a mix between fantasy and Russian folklore. The book is about Alina, who finds out she possesses magic, light magic, and she is recruited by the Grisha, who have a leader called the Darkling, and the Grisha all possess some kind of magic, but Alina is the only one that possesses light magic, so she is unique among the Grishas. There is a romance part, there is a plot twist, and it all ends in a battle between dark and light. The reason I gave this book 4 and not 5 stars is because it's a bit too action-packed for my taste. For me, it would have been better if there was a bit more character exploration, but I really love the story, I love the world, the characters, so I am definitely gonna read the second book in the series. Another book that I read in December is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. This is actually one of the books that I got in a Once Upon a Book Club box. I think it was their December box. That kind of makes sense because I'm doing my December wrap-up. Yeah, it definitely was their December box. No, it actually was their November box. Yeah, because you read the November box in December and you read the December box in January. So this is probably their November box. I'll leave a link to that video in the info cards, but anyway, I read The Family Upstairs and I really liked it. This book is about 3 characters, Henry, Libby and Lucy, and Libby is kind of the main character, who is a 25-year-old who inherits a very big house where she was found as a baby, while downstairs there were 3 dead bodies and the children who used to live there disappeared. Well, these children grew up and they are trying to find Libby, so their stories come together. There's a big plot twist and a lot of dark elements. It's kind of a mix between a thriller and a whodunit, and I really liked it, so I ended up giving it 4 stars. The last book that I read in December is Serpent and Dove, and I absolutely adored this book. I know there are some mixed reviews, but I gave this book 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I just couldn't stop reading. I wanted to read when I wasn't reading. It just really pulled me in. So this book is about Lou, who is a witch, and Reed, who is a witch hunter, and these are very different camps. So witches fight witch hunters and vice versa. They have very different beliefs, very different ideals. They both want to make the world a better place, but just in very different ways, so they really don't mix together, these witches and witch hunters. But somehow Lou and Reed have to get together and have to deal with each other on a daily basis. And that's kind of where the story takes off, and they go on this epic adventure because they have to save the country, that kind of epic stuff. And of course a romance develops between Lou and Reed, but the funny thing is the story isn't romance dominated at all. So it basically is about Lou and Reed getting together, but it also isn't. This book also reminded me of The Witcher, which is a TV series on Netflix. I'm not really sure why, but I had those vibes while reading the book. So when I read parts that described the world, I kind of saw a world similar to shown in the Witcher series. So definitely worth 5 stars. This is one of those books that when you read the last page, you're feeling sad because it's over, and I really hope there will be a sequel because I will definitely read that book. Those were all the books in my December wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to read my full review on these books, then you can check them out on Goodreads. You can find me at Leanda Brooks, and as I said, my TBRs will be announced through Instagram and Goodreads, so give me a follow if you would like to see that, and my wrap-ups will be on this channel. Also book hauls and book box unboxings, of course. Anyway, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And all that's left for me to say is have a magical day and let's stay in touch.